Sneakerheads and basketball enthusiasts alike, this is the only land, and we are back to look at a sneaker that I have actually talked about months ago. I've talked about it a few times. I have a short about them, I have an actual video about them, and I just haven't been able to get a hold of them. And it is the JA1, so there is a reason behind it, right? Before we get into that, do me a favor, hit the like button and subscribe, and if you like what you've seen before or you like what you see today. The reason we haven't been able to go over these, as you guys know, is because of all the controversy surrounding Ja at the moment and for like the last couple of months with the gun violence and yada yada yada. Their stuff has just been delayed, and they actually aren't pushing out colorways like super fast. I know people have been saying, oh, they pulled the sneakers down, but people don't know what they're talking about. The sneakers were, I think the sneakers were pulled down for like 1 day, maybe 2 days, and then they were right back up. And they kind of just sold out. So people were saying they're not on the website. It's because they sold out. Everyone bought them. It's not because like Nike pulled them. He still has a shoe contract. The Embers, I believe, are gonna release soon. But this is not those. This is, and also this isn't my size. Like I said, I haven't been able to get a hold of them. This is the JA1 Phantom Action Green in a size 9. And these are the trivias. As of right now, I'm not gonna lie to you, this is my least favorite colorway. Smell of fresh shoes. This is my favorite colorway, or I'm sorry, my least favorite colorway that's released so far. I know it's been these. It's been the Scratch, I believe you call them, the 12 AMs, and then the, what do they call them? Not the Fairs. What the heck were they called? I forgot what the name is, but the pair that's red and blue, like one is red and one's blue. I wanted those pretty badly, and I couldn't get. I don't remember if I didn't have the money or I just couldn't get them because they sold out too fast. Something happened, but I copped these the other day. They're obviously going back to the store because, like I said, they're only a 9.5 or a 9. But I did want to actually review a colorway before I actually got a actual color that I actually wanted in hand to performance review. So if you haven't, you can go and check out my short, and I'll put that up here somewhere, where I've shown pretty much every colorway that's been seen so far. I think except like 2, maybe like 2 are the like newer ones that haven't been seen. I know one recently, hold on, they recently previewed one, I think maybe this week, maybe earlier this week, the Bright Mandarins. This looks like something out of Star Wars. It's like an orange colorway with like sparkles on the midsole. I think that one's pretty cool. But like I said, the Ember Glow is supposedly the most recent one that's supposed to release. But then I think it was July 7th. I saw on the release calendar. It's not on Nike's release calendar, but it's on like those July 3rd. It's on like those extra ones. So I think it was on like Champs and stuff like that. But anyways, aside from that, this is the Ja Trivia colorway. I assume this has something to do with Ja liking trivia. I hate when they put out colorways and they don't tell the story behind it. But like I said, the controversy is I feel like it's holding them back from promoting this shoe as much as they want to. But let's skip the colorways because you guys can see what you have here. Like there's nothing for me to tell you about the colors. And let's talk about the extra stuff that they have on here, right? So for the traction, they have some type of storytelling. I'm not sure. I believe it says Ja all over. Like, I'm 90% positive that it's just Ja like a million times on here. I guess you could call that like storytelling. It looks like it's, to me, it looks like it'll perform well. To me, that's what I believe. I'm not sure, but when you put out a sneaker for a guard, you expect them to put out like a solid performer traction wise. So I assume the traction is gonna be solid on these. But moving into other stuff, in the forefoot you have an Air Zoom Pod. It's pretty much the only like cushioning that you have on here. You guys know how I feel about forefoot stuff. Like sometimes I feel it and sometimes I don't. I'm more of a heel guy because I have more pain in my heels when I'm playing basketball, but I guess that is what that is. For materials, you really don't, from what I can tell, you really don't have the nicest materials, to be quite frank with you. It doesn't look like they put in the greatest effort when it comes to materials. I know people were saying, oh, he got the Kyrie leftovers, but definitely not. The way production works is that it takes quite a while for sneakers to be made and to come out with, and they have all these small little things in them, right? So like for instance, on the medial side right here, it says start from scratch. That wouldn't be on a Kyrie sneaker. Like that's something that has to do with Ja. Or like here, also on the medial, but like in the midfoot area, it says I think his daughter's name is Kari. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it. It's Kaari. Like that's not Kyrie's kid, right? So you can't say that these were made for Kyrie and they gave him the job. I don't know. I feel like there's just people who don't really exactly know what they're talking about. But back to materials, you have pleather, a synthetic leather here. Pretty much lining the entirety of the shoe, and that starts from the bottom here, right above the midsole, wraps around the toe box there, or what do you call that? I forgot what you call this, and I looked it up the other day, and I forgot what you call this. But right at the edge of the toe box here, it runs up onto these onto the middle of the foot, the midfoot section, and I guess that's gonna be supposedly on the midfoot section. They have some type of lockdown support, and I guess that's going to be what that is. So that's why you have that wrap around there, and then it wraps all the way around the other side as well. So that's that synthetic leather. Doesn't feel the greatest. To me, feels super stiff in that toe box area. I don't know how that's going to perform. For the rest of the upper, you have like this very open mesh. It's not the greatest, to be honest. It kind of reminds me of, like, feel wise, of like what you have. I don't know what feels like this. It just doesn't feel the greatest, honestly. It's really not a great feeling. It doesn't feel like it's going to provide much breathability, which is kind of what mesh is for, because underneath it, and I've been realizing this recently, underneath these is always something. It's never just a mesh. Like you have to have something that stabilizes it, but you have some sort of thick like plastic underneath the mesh that the mesh is attached to, and then underneath that is like some type of cotton. And this doesn't feel like it's gonna provide the greatest amount of air. I feel like I'm kind of killing the shoe right now. I'm not. I really like this shoe. I really like the way that they look. They look. I believe they were inspired by like a skate. Did I say? I either said they were inspired by a skate shoe in the first video, or I said that they looked like a skate shoe, like a Nike Dunk, kind of. But that's that on that material. On the swoosh here, this is just plastic. It's just plastic. It's like nothing crazy. It does. I will say it does look really nice on the midnight colorway and the scratch colorway. The swoosh looks really nice. I really do like that. I'm trying to rip out the insole right now. There we go. On the insole, you have, it says, oh, this is actual trivia about Ja Morant, and now I get the colorway. It says, how many siblings does Ja Morant have? What college did Ja Morant attend? What year did Ja Morant? It doesn't finish that. What in the world? I'm trying to, there's one more. Where was Ja from, maybe? Or maybe where was Ja born? Something about double doubles. It has a couple different questions on here, and it's trivia on Ja. I think that's cool, actually. I think this actually makes me appreciate this colorway a little bit more, because I think that's actually super dope. And they do have that same graphic on the heel as well, right on the top portion of the heel there. And of course, as usual, I will show you guys better images than me just holding it in my hand here. And all that is blended in with that 12 right on the heel as well, and I believe it's a 12 on the other heel, but it's just a different color. So one is red, Jesus Christ, one is black, and one is like a reddish, like a team red type thing. And then on the inside of the tongue, It says 1MT, and it says 12 in there, which is obviously his number. This says JA on the inside, so you got JA12, I guess, if we're reading it from left to right. That 1MT, I cannot remember what that is. If you look on the first video, you'll get an idea of what that is, but I don't exactly remember what 1MT stands for. I know they did use that. They're using that on all of the colorways, so that's not just like an exclusive to one specific thing. And then if you actually look inside the shoe here, you can see the actual Zoom bag. It's not the biggest. I'd say it's about this size. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get you guys a solid image of that, but it's about probably like this size. Jesus Christ, fingers. It's probably like this size. Nothing too crazy. It looks like it's kind of dipped, so you will be able to feel it, as opposed to some other times where I just really don't feel it. But I don't think it's providing like the greatest cushioning, and I don't know what's in the heel, to be honest. I don't know what the foam is. I really try to rely on like tech cards. So when the shoes have tech cards, or when they put out what's in it in the press release, or sometimes I will go and I'll steal from you other people who know exactly what's in here. Nightwing, who always knows what all these foams are. He's like the foam expert of YouTube. Why? I don't know. But yeah, that's that on the foam, and I cannot get this thing back in for the life of me, so I'll do that after the video. And I feel like that's maybe it. Is that it on all the small things? Yep, Kari on the inside, Kari on both insides. The JA logo on the bottom, obviously different colors, black, one red. Start from scratch, like I said. They're virtually identical. I thought we were getting something a little crazier with this, but they're virtually identical. I can't wait to get another colorway. Oh, before we get off, before I end this video, for the box, I kind of like the box to me. I thought that the box would be different for some of the sneakers, and it's not. I think the 12 AM, I think it was called, colorway, or the mid-white colorway, whatever it's called. I think that had a special box, but this one does not. It says 12 on the front, swoosh on the side, JA logo on the top, swoosh as well, and then on the side it says Ja Morant. And hopefully we can continue to see more of these, and Ja can take it easy with the with his affinity for stuff that the NBA doesn't like. Let's put it that way. Thank you guys for watching. Do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe, and if you like what you've seen before, you like what you see or you like what you saw today. This was and is the only lane, and I'm out of here. Y'all have a good one.